What is up, Aaron?
What is up, Hunter? How you feeling today? Nice to see you, gamer.
Going pretty good. Recently, yeah, I just been, you know, picking up some work on there, been editing red light stuff, and went to this place around town. It's in Camden, and they sell like these health shakes type thing.
Ooh, health shakes. That sounds good right now. I could go
Yep.
for some. It probably tastes like chocolate, doesn't it?
Well, the cool thing, it's not like protein shakes.
Ooh.
It's like they have like different flavors there. And what it does is it kind of grabs onto kind of the fat that you would normally have in foods and kind of like separates that from the actual nutrition you would get from your food. Yeah.
Oh.
Like when I was this is like when I was 20, 21, and 22. Well, yeah, 21 and 22. What they did was they had this shit basically I ha- they had this old program which was you have two shakes a day. You
Mhm.
have this nutrition bar, and then you can eat one meal a day. And basically, that was enough for your day. And for that, I lost like 30 pounds in 3 months doing that.
Oh, really?
It was like really, it worked. And believe me, the shakes are fantastic.
What do they taste like?
There's different flavors. The one I usually get is called Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Ooh, that sounds good. I love cinnamon
They
toast crunch
have,
cereal in general. That
yeah.
cereal is so banging.
Oh yeah. Then they also have like Fruity Pebbles. That was one. They have a whole list. It's like extensive on there. The place is called like New You. It's in Magnolia, Delaware.
So it's newer. Sounds like.
Well, it's a refresh brand from the one that was next to Food Line. I'm sorry for telling things of like Delaware areas on there, but it was by like Route 10 on there.
Oh yeah, we definitely have to go there one time. Maybe one time
Oh,
you and I hang
believe me,
out.
once you go there, like it's addictingly good on there. They don't sell the bars anymore, which is uh,
Upsetting.
it's a little sad because that was like your lunch, and you may think to yourself like, oh man, that's not enough, but believe me, when you have it and you're aware like that's supposed to be your meal, it's like, oh my gosh, it's amazing.
And it does fill you, so it has a lot of protein in it. It sounds like.
Yeah, and then they also have these things you can put in your drink that would basically like if you were to go eat something, it would kind of like lower down the fat in it.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, apparently from one of the stories they told me when I was there recently was there was a lady who came in and the person told her like just have two of these shakes a day and one then and then one meal and you'd be fine. She says, so you're telling me I can have two of these shakes a day and a cheesesteak every day and I'm going to lose weight. And he said, yes, you can. And she did it and she lost weight.
Jeez. So these shakes, what they make these shakes up have like proteins.
It's
Whatever
like,
else.
it's kind of like that. They kind of like do like a mixture of all these good stuff on there. They come in like a tall, um, like the actual flavor of the thing themselves.
Hmm.
They come in like these big jars, these big plastic jars, and then they mix them with different stuff. They mix it with ice, and then they kind of get it all stir up in a blender. And once you have that, it's like just get your energy. It just one just tastes amazing. Um, and two, it's just like for people who have like protein shakes and like meals who basically like smoothies that are like their lunch, they can understand on there. But believe me, it's something and it's very cheap too.
That's it's stuff that's healthy like this. Nobody's not cheap, but I would love to try them out one time. Maybe you and I could go, whatever.
Oh yeah, believe me, I'll take you. And no, we're not sponsored by them, but good lord, am I going to?
It would be nice to be sponsored by them one day. That'd be kind of
Oh,
neat.
they did make business cards, so
Oh
they
yeah.
so hopefully get some off there. But yeah, it's like thinking like $6 for a shake, and then
What? $6 for a shake, dude? That's cheap.
Yeah, it was like $13 if you get a shake and a tea there, which
A tea? They sell tea.
oh, it's like health tea too.
Oh, Hunter, yeah, I know you be living good there because you're a
Oh,
tea fanatic.
believe
You
me, I just
turd.
I went there this morning for breakfast essentially.
Did you?
I went there for breakfast. I went there as soon as they opened, and then I got one of the teas. I just finished it not that long ago, and I'm like it was something I took my time with, and it was delicious.
I bet you did. You were slurping that up like took your time, took your time, took your time. But yeah, I definitely gotta check that out. That sounds nice. It looks like it's like I said, it's newer, but it could have been there for a little bit. It's probably not recent, but it sounds recent to me. I never heard of it. I never heard
It
about it.
it's part of the Herbalife brand, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And from what they told me, because it was at two locations here in Delaware. I'm not sure if they expanded to other states, but basically they had two locations. Then somebody bought bought them both out, then closed both those locations, and then they started new places out there. And one of them is in, you know where Walmart is in Camden?
Yes.
Yeah, it's right next to there. It's a small place, but believe me, it's delicious.
I
The only
think I remember it.
The only thing that it's a little weird to them is that their website is .biz, which is
That's
I'm like, why did you choose that extension out of all extensions?
right. They couldn't come up with something else.
Because .biz is, kind of a sketchy website one.
Oh dang.
Like if you see a lot of emails come in, like if there's any like .biz or anything like that, and you see that in your email, just like don't open those because they're just obviously they're scams.
Oh yeah. No, I don't touch anything like that. I again, if it's not important, I don't really save stuff in my email.
Right. So with that being healthy stuff, what's been going on with you?
Nothing much. I've been working a lot. With editing, getting YouTube videos out there. I'm trying to. I'm working on a video now where I went onto the Saw map, which is the game map in Dead by Daylight, 3 times back to back to back in a row.
Yeah.
It was pain. It was pain.
It was pain.
It was pain. The first match I got destroyed. Second match got lucky, and they threw at the end. Got a 4K, and then the last match I got a 2K.
Right.
I kept finding the same survivor over and over and over. It's like people like I got 2 teams that like to hide. Really, basically, like 2 teams that like to hide. And I had 1 team that was just cracked.
Right. But
yeah.
so I have a question for you, and being a person who I think you know a few things about Dead by Daylight, and so I gotta ask somebody who might know something about it. So currently, I just re-downloaded that back onto my computer, and I went back into it, and currently my Myers is rank 31, I think now.
You mean level 31?
Yeah.
Yes, because you have 0 prestige.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I didn't. I guess kind of ranked him up over time. And my question to you is this, because, well, I mean, if it makes you feel better, I played a match this morning around 2:00 a.m., like 2 a.m. And went to go play it. I got 2 4Ks in a row. I was happy about that. But what kind of build would you say for Myers?
Okay, so what kind of build you like? I would say, Myers, since his early game is really dog crap because he's in tier 1 and he needs to find survivors to stalk off of. I would say you could go with Corrupt Intervention, which is the plagues perk. Just know since the new update, if you down somebody and before the minute and 20 is up, it shuts off, so that means you lose your corrupt when you down somebody. Just a new thing, but it would definitely help him out because he's not a setup killer, but technically you can count him as a setup killer because he has to, like I said, get out of tier 1, and hard teams that know what they're doing is not going to feed you tier 2 really easy. I would say Corrupt. You could also go with Lethal Pursuer from the Nemesis. you can mix that with barbecue and chili, so it gives you like a 6 seconds of aura reading when you hook somebody, or when you load into the match, you get 9 seconds of where survivors are, so you can head your tier 1 Myers over this, so you can get stalking, so you know where they spawned at. I would say that. I also would say if you want to do like a tombstone Myers, to where you can get your tier 3 and you can just grab survivors and just murray them out the game like ASAP. You could go with play with your food, nemesis, enduring if you want something like that, to where each time you change your obsessions, each time you get stunned by a pallet, change your obsessions, and then you can like walk backwards as you just play with your food, but you need time to do that. But you can walk backwards, loose chase, you get a stack, and now you're faster. And then bam, you get 3 stacks, and this is mixed with tombstone. You can literally grab a survivor, you don't lose your stack, because normally when you swing, you lose your stack. So but you can grab a survivor in tombstone, mori them, get them out the game, and keep three stacks of play with your food. It's kind of nuts. If you want to do something like that, or you just want to play like a regular match where you actually down people and you put them on the hook and you don't mori them, I would say corrupt intervention. You could go with save the best for last, even though that if you hit your obsession, you lose stacks. But since save the best for last is kind of buff right now, where you get, instead of 8 stacks, you get 10 stacks, because you start off the trial with 2 stacks automatically. So if you get 8 stacks, you technically get 10 stacks of save the best for last. It's kind of nutty.
Cool. Because one of the things that I because I played was it the one mistake I put onto one of there was I added a add-on that kept me at tier 2. Like evil stock tier 2.
Yeah, that I think that's Vanity Mirror.
Yep. And believe me, I was playing, and I looked up a tutorial for Myers, and one of the things they said for Myers is try to get your thing close to tier 3, like be very close, and then then go chase them.
Oh yeah, what you want to do is like you get like they said up to tier 2, like close to tier 3. Then you just want to be up their back door, like you want to be up their ass, and then bam, stop, bam, it goes off, and you down them as fast as you can. Also to say the best flash, you also go with Scourge Hook Pain Residence. That's from the artist, where you can find the white hooks around the map. You can hook survivor on that, and you get regression. But since they nerfed that perk to where you don't get the survivor don't scream anymore, revealing the location, you still get the regression. So that will help out Myers. Again, I would recommend running 2 regression perks on Myers, just because he takes time to get started.
Right. Yeah. The thing about Myers is usually you gotta hold yourself back a little bit so that your enemy so you can just get that tier 1 out of the way.
Yeah, and then good survivors not gonna let you get it easy. Like if you go against good survivors, they're gonna do what they can. They're gonna loop you as a tier 1 Myers, trying to get out of tier 1, and then what they're gonna do is they're going to try to hide line of sight. And what you want to do is, as that, you want to try to, each time that the survivors tries to loop you and you're like next to them, you want to try to stalk them as much as possible and get out of tier 1 as soon as possible.
Isn't there a perk? I heard this one, but I'm not sure if they upgraded it or nerfed it or whatever, but there was one for the hag, and the hag has it where I think if you harm somebody and you down them, other people go down if a generator is not working. They're not working on it or something like that.
No. I never heard of that.
Because I heard one where it was basically if you had it was a hag perk, or basically everyone goes down from.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Okay, now that's called Devour Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a hex perk. So what you want to do is, if you can run Devour Hope. Devour Hope is good at anybody, especially it's bonkers on Demogorgon. But if you're gonna run into Myers, run that with Undying, which would be from the Blights, to where you can protect, because totems do go fast and now Dead by Daylight. So what you want to do is you want to try your best to keep it up as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You get 3 stacks. Yeah, like you said, it is an insta down. And then when you get 5 stacks, it's an insta down with a Mori. So
I gotcha. But yeah, the one thing that that reminds me about is, since we're talking about Myers, I got some movie news to throw you. A few things. I want to get your opinion on these.
Yeah.
So the new Halloween film that just came out, that's going to come out this year, this October. It's called Halloween Ends. Have you been following that by any chance?
No, because I didn't see the last movie before, and I'm like, I love these movies, but it's just time.
I gotcha.
Just time to let it end. I know I love Michael, but it's just time.
Well, the newest movie, well, the last movie went to Cannes, so I went to an actual film festival, like a big one,
That's
and
awesome.
which is really hard to get into.
Sounds like it.
And then this recent one, they just said the test audience that they just put it for, they gave it a standing ovation.
Oh my god! So this must be the end of all. This must when it's all done.
Yeah, well, this is the end of the Blumhouse trilogy.
Yeah, the Blumhouse.
Um,
Yeah, Blumhouse did do it.
Yep, this is the end of the Blumhouse trilogy, and that they're saying that yes, this is the last one of the Halloween. Jason Blum does say that it's not going to be the last Halloween film, but right now it's the last Halloween film we're going to make.
Oh, so he's pretty much insinuating somebody else is going to make a Halloween film.
Yeah, because they lose the rights after this movie.
From who do they license this from? I'm trying to think who they license.
I think it's Accods. They're the ones who they bought the full rights to Halloween
for three movies.
Like the Accods were the ones who owned it, and then they licensed it out to Blumhouse to make go make the movies.
But it was only a 3-movie contract.
Yeah, they only made it for a 3-movie contract to say, you got these 3 movies. Now, of course, they can re-up the contract.
Oh, they could re-up the contract, but you said Jason said he's not doing that.
He said he'd love to do Jason, and then he also said he would love to do, like, Jason Blum said he would love to do Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger. Like, he thinks that he would do perfect on there, and he said he has an idea for it, but those properties, they haven't got a hold of. But yeah, Jason Blum has said that they're done their contract after this next movie, but they could be renewed.
Oh, it could be. Obviously, you could go to say, "Hey, I would like to make another one." But again, but then they need to be careful. Don't say this is the last one from us. So he needs to say this could be a possibility that we might make another Michael Myers movies, just different storyline. Again, you can only do so much with slasher films. Again, I love Michael Myers just against him. I need to see the movie from back 2018, and then we can see this one, because again, I kind of like the idea that they say we're going to scrap all the other ones other than the first one back with John Carpenter, and we're going to make these 3 and be like, yo, this is what it is.
Yeah, the first Halloween, the Halloween 2018 one, I'm going to tell you, I was obsessed with that trailer when it was coming, like when they announced it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was upset. Like the first day it came out, I'm not even lying. The first day that trailer came out, I watched it every hour I could. Like, literally, I just put that trailer on replay for like every waking hour I could for a whole day. And the only reason I had to stop was because I was working. But yeah, then the movie turned out really good.
Well, Blumhouse always puts out some good movies. I like their Insidious so bad. I think it's my favorites.
Mm-hmm. And then what was it? Then they did Halloween Kills. Not as good as the other one. And there's a lot of stupid stuff that happens in there. Just
it probably wasn't as bad though.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible, but you're like, when we get to watch that movie, you'll be seeing that's like, you'll be saying, "Oh, that was stupid." Like, just the people are being stupid. It's not
right.
It's not the movie being stupid. It's the people being stupid.
No, I definitely like Blumhouse's stuff. They do make some good movies.
Oh yeah, and then so the next one's coming out, and the rumor is that there's another killer in that movie too.
Ooh.
So can't wait for that one.
Ooh.
Then for another movie news, you remember we talked about Tomb Raider a couple of podcasts back?
Yeah, we did talk about Tomb Raider.
Well, turns out that MGM just lost the rights.
Oh,
lost the movie rights.
That's a bummer.
But now we had a little conversation off camera about this, but apparently it went deeper than what I was saying.
Deeper,
Uh,
deeper.
deeper.
Okay.
Apparently, because we talked about like Netflix would probably get it or Universal or
Oh,
something like that. Apparently, every studio is actually after it now.
oh,
Like
oh.
every studio is now saying we want Laura Croft at our studio.
I'm just
Like,
trying to figure out who owns this, who owns the rights.
it's the game company who made it. Well, no, actually, the game company who made it, they went out of business, and then it was a new people who picked it up. I think it was Square Enix. I think.
Okay, but they're probably getting a lot of calls, so it's high demand, so they're gonna charge the highest amount that they can to get this license back out there.
Yep, they're gonna some studio. I personally think Netflix is just gonna do it.
I don't think they have the money to do it. That's the thing. That's the question. Again, if these rumors are true, because now this circles back to I want to get off DbD, but there's out there that take this with a grain of salt, guys. Stranger Things map. I have information here that states that Stranger Things might be coming back because of DbD leaks. That's again take it with a grain of salt. That doesn't mean it's facts. But I wonder if that's the case, would the money that the hype and the money that they can make off of this DLC plus other stuff, I wonder if they could go out, Hunter, to go get Tomb Raider, because again we all know that Netflix ain't doing too hot financially. Right. We know for a fact they're not. They lost what, 1/4? How much did they lose? I thought
they lost 1 million subscribers, which apparently was less than what they thought they were going to lose. They thought they lost 2 million.
Mm-hmm.
And then when
they still lost 1 million. They still lost 1 million subscribers though. Come on now.
Yeah.
So
they still lost all their subscribers. But the reason why I just think it is because one, it's a video game property.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those, like, not a lot of people are like, video game properties aren't as good. They're not as profitable. And I just have a feeling of there. If anything, where I would think it would go to next, or I would like it to go to next, would be Sony.
I still think Sony has the most money out of all these probably other studios. I know that Warner Brother or Discovery Warner is I know it's changing management, but maybe they don't have the cash flow to go do that because Discovery just bought that from AT&T. I forget how much they bought it for, but it was strangely a big amount of money.
Oh yeah, but they're doing pretty darn good right now. Like the new management there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember we talked about this with the new CEO there.
Yeah,
when he was like, he came into it and then he heard that they're going to do a Wonder Twins movie instead of a Superman movie. They went full on, like, he goes, "The hell are you guys making?" He's like, "Oh, it's the Wonder Twins." Who's that? Yeah, just cut it. We're not doing that. Then he actually went up to J.J. Abrams. Because when AT&T owned Warner Brothers, they bought J.J. Abrams' company for a 5-picture contract, I think.
Oh, jeez.
And one of the things they greenlit was a $200 million show.
Mm-hmm.
And when the new manager came in there, he said, "Why are we spending that much money? Like, why are we spending this much money on this show that has no recognizable anything in here?" And then JJ was like, "Well, you guys greenlit it." He's like, "No, the previous guys greenlit it." So now is confirmed that they dropped that.
Yeah, it's new management. They don't have to pay for it. They don't have the management that greenlit it.
Yep. So when I think if David Zaslav, the guy who owns Warner Discovery, I think if he brings Laura Croft into Warner Brothers, I mean, I think it would be a good home, honestly. I just hope the good thing is he's understanding that HBO Max is something and then theaters is something, and he's a big advocate for theater stuff.
That's good. So the CEO has a head on his shoulders. So it sounds like he's going to do good with with Discovery Warner or Warner Discovery, whatever.
He
Whatever
actually
first.
he actually got Alan Horn from Disney to come out of
Really,
retirement to come and help them.
really,
Yeah.
and this
So
company is going to be set for a little while.
yep. What was it? Alan Horn was originally at Warner Brothers like years ago, and then he went over to Disney, and then he then retired, and then David Zaslav came up to him and said, "Hey, listen, do you mind coming on here for 2 years or 3 years just to make sure that we're all on track?" He said, "Sure, we'll do that." That was originally what's his name? He was the guy who actually overlooked all of Disney's properties.
Really
Like he was the guy saying to every single one of them, like Kevin Feige, the guy who runs Marvel, essentially, like the guy who creatively runs Marvel. Um, that was his boss, essentially.
interesting.
So they brought him out of retirement to go work at Warner Brothers now. So I think that Warner Brothers is definitely on a good, and it has a really good place for them.
Oh yeah, no, I still think that they could get this. They could get Tomb Raider. I don't think Netflix, in my personal opinion, I'd be shocked if Netflix can get the rights.
I just don't want.
I
I just don't want Netflix to get it.
No, I don't think Netflix. I don't think Netflix has the money hunter to go get it, because now the rights from this company, they can charge it higher, which means I guarantee you that Discovery Warner has the money. Guarantee you probably if I don't think that Blumhouse will want it, but who knows? Maybe Jason wants it, but if I guarantee you, probably Jason has more money than Netflix to go get it. Maybe who else is out there? Maybe Universal might want it. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on, again, like you said, there's a high demand for it. No way Netflix can outbid some of these bigger fish. There's just no way.
Do you remember when they announced that what's his name? Christopher Nolan was leaving Warner Brothers,
Yes.
and that Netflix was like, "We want Christopher Nolan here."
Yes.
Then they even asked him, he says, "Well, he likes things in theaters. Are you gonna be okay? Are you guys actually gonna do that?" They said, "We will pay, we will do anything to get Christopher Nolan at Netflix."
But they never got him though.
And they
That's the
never got
thing.
him. They
No,
never got him.
that's what I'm saying. They never got him. So they said that before. Obviously, they something wasn't right behind closed doors for him to come there. But it was like, I don't think Netflix has the money and the cash flow to be able to outbid these big bidders. It's just too much bigger studios out there that will be throwing this gaming company oodles of money to say, hey, we want that.
I was just very surprised that every
license.
studio was going like, "We want, Tomb Raider."
Because
there."
gaming is starting to get bigger, Hunter. Gaming is starting to become the big thing. Like I kept trying to say, gaming is starting to grow.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that whatsoever. It was just right now, just because of video game movies,
They don't do so hot, like you
yeah,
said.
they don't do so hot. I think Uncharted was Sonic. Well, I think the original Tomb Raider movie with Angelina Jolie fits in this category, but some people don't. I think it does. It's Tomb Raider, Sonic, and I think Uncharted right now are like the only video game property movies that are actually considered good.
Okay.
Which I was very sad when Assassin's Creed didn't do good.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed didn't do. Yeah, that was bad.
Which apparently, what was his name? The guy who Michael Fassbender, the guy who actually played, the assassin in there. Apparently, he was a fan of the games and he became an executive producer on there. I was like, oh, hey, that sounds cool. Okay, get a fan in there, and then it didn't turn out well.
No. Sometimes it just doesn't. It doesn't. Again, it could have been nice. Just the box office rise, it failed. It could have been a good movie. I never seen it, but it could have been a good movie. It's just the box office said, yeah, we don't like this.
Oh yeah.
But I'm curious to see what Tomb Raider does and who gets it. I just don't. Like you said, you hope Netflix don't get it. I just don't think Netflix can get it. I don't think they can afford to get it. Like I said, we'll see what transpires and see what's going to happen in the next coming whatever is going to happen.
It might be Sony, just because
it could be Sony,
because they actually opened up their own PlayStation production company now.
Ooh.
So now, like, PlayStation is now making their own properties into video game movies, which they actually did with Uncharted. That was an example of that.
Okay. So I wonder if Netflix is good, because they say Netflix by licking their chops. We have to have this. I guarantee Netflix. Not Netflix. What is that? I got Netflix on the brain. I mean Sony. Holy crap. Sony Netflix. Sony Netflix. You guys get my point.
That'd be an interesting company.
Yeah, like Netflix, Sony, or Sony Netflix. That'd be kind of nice, right?
Yep.
I mean,
But
Sony could get it and see what they do.
right. But yeah, one thing I did to go back around. So Christopher Nolan.
Mhm.
Um, have you seen a lot of his movies?
No, not recently.
All right. Well, for anybody who doesn't know, which is going to be really rare, Christopher Nolan is the guy who did Inception, Tenet recently, the Dark Knight trilogy. Um, he did. He's got his new movie coming out called Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
And Oppenheimer, it's basically the guy who created the atomic bomb.
Really?
And that trailer just came out. Well, I mean, the announcement trailer just came out for it. And something that I've okay, here's something that about me. I love black and white. I love black and white movies. I love black and white pictures. The trailer was in black and white. And I'm like, okay, this is gonna be an awesome movie of all time. And usually when they come into theaters, like if you're gonna release a big movie in theaters, you don't do it in black and white. That I think that Christopher Nolan would. Like, I think he would. I think he's the one director out there who actually can release a black and white movie in theaters.
I think Steven Spielberg could do it if he wanted to.
He did. I think he did one, which was Schindler's List. He did one, but it was like Spot. I think it was like Spot Color, which apparently his kids were like they were. I think they started. He bet them and says, "Listen, here's $20." He went to give him each kid. And he says, "You're gonna watch a black and white movie with me." And within, I think, 5 minutes of the movie, they gave back the money because they're like, "Nope, I'm not watching this."
Yeah, as I said, Steven Spielberg and Christopher Nolan, that's in my opinion, is one to back of the good directors of all time that could do stuff like that could get away with, even if it bombs in the theaters. People say, "Oh, everybody has a bad movie. You still got a career here." Like compared to a director that's a nobody, that hasn't ever filled the box office or never had anything, would just get never another opportunity ever.
Right. And then to go along with it again with another biopic movie,
Mhm.
the Marilyn Monroe movie trailer for Netflix just came out, and it's called Blonde. That one's shot in the 4:3 aspect ratio, the old one, and the trailer's in black and white too. But here's something I want to get your reaction to. It is a NC-17 movie.
Are you serious?
It's NC-17.
Why?
It's well, if you don't, for anybody who doesn't know who Marilyn Monroe is, she was an actress back in the early, I think, 50s, 60s, 70s.
Yeah, yep. And I still think that I still think there was something there that what happened to her. I don't think she committed suicide like they say that she did.
Right. But yeah, she went through a lot of hardships, Of course, she's a good-looking lady who was in Hollywood. And, a lot of guys, a lot of people at the time of power were, that stigma in Hollywood, Hollywood studios that say if a girl comes in to a executive producer's thing, says, if you, stay here for the night, or, you tickle my fancy, you'll get a part in the movie.
Right.
She
Yeah.
was she was one of the few actresses who actually did have to go through that. And so she went through a lot of depression. She went through a lot of like emotional toll, just because she felt it was her obligation to do it. So, and a lot of in the movie that's coming out about it, will show that essentially.
Oh yeah. So pretty much she's, even though she's not here anymore, she is telling her story on what really happened. Yeah, Hollywood is still a dark place, but it used to be a very dark place back in those times.
It was very much, you signed up, like, even for men and females, it was very much you you signed a contract. Like, this is an example for Alfred Hitchcock. Again, I love Alfred Hitchcock movies. I think a lot of his talents were really good and all that stuff, but he did have a thing where and I'm pretty sure it was a studio wide thing. It wasn't just him doing it. But it was, you like, if you were an actor, you got signed on to a studio movie. If that director says, I want to put you in these movies, it wasn't really much of a choice of like, you could do if you wanted to do it or not. It just kind of like, listen, we bought you as an actor, so you got to be in our movies.
Oh yeah, so pretty much when you signed that Hollywood movie contract, they owned you for those many movies that you had to do. You couldn't say no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. So, and like one example was there was an actress, I can't remember her name, and I feel bad for this one, but she had it where she was under contract for I think 3 movies or 4 movies or whatever. And she did 2 movies with Hitchcock. And not to go too far into how Hitchcock was, but he was very obsessed with his ladies. Like, you can, again, you can go into depth about it, but he was kind of like, he wanted to make like the perfect lady on screen. So he would have like a lot of blonde, beautiful women in there. And he was very controlling of how their hair would look, how their makeup would look, what they wore under their clothes, all that good stuff. And at one point, he had it where he was working on a movie, and she felt uncomfortable, how he was, treating her. Because again, he was very like protective of her, where she didn't really need it. And she went into she felt uncomfortable, and then so she was kind of tired of already. So it came to like, there was a last movie, I think it was Marty, and she got an award for something in New York, and they're shooting in LA. She went up to him and said, hey, for this day, I need a day off to go accept my award. And he says, no, that's stupid. You don't need to do that. And she was, they went back and forth, and eventually says, listen, I'm tired of this. Once this movie is done, like once we're done our contract, I'm not doing, once we're doing this, I don't want to be in this contract anymore. And he threatened her, and he says, I will ruin your career. And he did. Basically, there was other people who wanted to hire her for other parts. And he said, he went out and he said, she's not available. So like a lot of big parts, I can't remember the other parts that she would have got, but apparently she was like up for like big roles. And Hitchcock would always just go to the directors and say, she's not available.
Yeah, he really ruined her. That is definitely a dick move. By him.
But she respects Hitchcock for being an artist. Like, she respected him to like, she can understand, okay, listen, he's a dick, but he's a talented man.
But the thing is, she never got a chance to act back in Hollywood again ever since, until he died. I'm assuming maybe.
I'm pretty sure she got like maybe things here and there, but for the most part, like all the big stuff she could have got, she was like caught out. She was rejected because of Hitchcock.
Yeah, and the fact that I don't even know a name because of that's what he did. He said I will ruin your career, and that's what he did.
Oh yeah, and
which is
and now she's the one. She's very prevalent of saying like, this is why Tippy Heron, that's her name, I think. Yep, that's who it is. Natalie K. Tippy Harridan. She's been in a few movies. She's the actual she's the grandmother of Dakota Johnson.
Really? Awesome.
Yeah. She actually went to his funeral too to pay her respects. But she did admit he's a dick.
Oh, he was like, he was controlled, like you said. back in those Hollywood days, if you signed on the contract, you pretty much signing your life away. You had to do those contracts. Like you had to finish it. You couldn't say, "And I don't want to do it." Now, like nowadays, Hollywood, you can get away with. There's a clause saying that you in your contract that you don't have to, or there's stuff where even the production companies could say, "Yeah, we don't want you for these movies now," and
Yeah.
buy you out of your contract.
Yeah, like nowadays there's like, that's why there's actors guilds,
Yep.
there's writer guilds, all that good stuff. So nobody can really take advantage of it anymore.
Like that's why they was made because they didn't have like that's why it was so harsh back, especially with Marilyn Monroe, because they had nothing to protect them. Like it's like again, if a studio signed you on, you pretty much sign your life away, and then you have to do the dumbest stuff or do the stuff that nobody should know that Hollywood was doing behind closed doors just to get roles because of that's how bad it was.
Yeah, there was no respect for women back in the
No,
day. It was just very much,
it was no respect for anybody. Hardly sounds like, but mostly, like you said, mostly women though.
oh yeah, that was just, it was cultural time on there. And it's definitely something that personally I'm glad that, people at least got a chance to, most actresses nowadays and actors have a chance to actually like they're not I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's like they have more protection for themselves.
Oh yeah, oh they do. Like it probably does happen. Some of it probably is under the rug, but it's not as prevalent. But the fact is, like I said, they's like I'm with this guild, I'm protected. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So
Like most actors nowadays own themselves, like they own their own production companies or kind of like and own
yeah.
their own agencies who can say, you know what, yes, I want to do this. No, I don't want to do this. This is my conditions for being in this movie. So, that's a really good thing right there.
Oh yeah. No, again, like I said, I need to see this Marilyn Monroe movie because again, I need to know again. I know about her growing up, but I need to see. I don't know like the whole stories.
Oh yeah, the new movie. It's a movie called Blonde, and it's very you can tell the emotion that's there. And I think she went through 9 months of vocal training so she can sound just like Marilyn Monroe.
Oh my gosh.
Like she went through like her speech pattern, and also the guy who did Elvis said he did it for
Yes.
2 years.
Really.
Like he did 2 years, which if you listen to him, he almost sounds just like Austin Butler. He sounds just like Elvis. If you maybe not that that lower regiment thing, but you can still hear Elvis right there.
Yeah, again, I need to see Elvis. That again, you see the something. If you guys realize this is a trend for like past celebrity movies time of year, like you got Elvis that came out, you got Marilyn Monroe's about to come out in theaters. The story about her, so you can tell there's some like if you think about it, Hollywood's doing past figures.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of like biopic movies now, and
Yep.
they're coming out really good too. Like
Oh yeah.
like Elvis, I think Austin Butler is going to get an Academy Award for it. Um, yeah. I can't. The girl who's going to play Marilyn Monroe, people are already saying like she's already going to like it's just a trailer too. It's just a trailer, and they're already saying she's going to get an Academy Award for that.
Oh, she could, and this could make Austin Butler in her career essentially.
Hmm.
Because they're not prevalent. Like I said, I know who Butler is, but not like Steven Spielberg type level or like what like Jason Momoa level or like
Because
any big actors level. These movies probably could put them in that category.
But yeah, there that's another thing I wanted to talk about on there. But to end the Austin Butler, he actually got cast in the new Dune movie.
Seriously, they're doing Doom. I forgot they're doing Doom.
Dune.
Dune, whatever.
Dune, which was like the big sci-fi epic movie. They just did the first one
Oh,
because they
so
said
this
they're
is
going
not
to
the
do
game.
two back to back.
I thought it was the game Doom. I was about to say. I thought they made
Oh,
a
they
Doom
did a
movie
few of
too.
those movies.
They did.
They're not as good. I mean, here's the thing, and I will not. Here's the thing, and I'll be fair. I will be 100% fair. You can tell it was made by people who gave a crap. Like these are people who at least care. It was with Dwayne Johnson. It was this was back in the other one. This is back years ago, I think like in the 90s. They made a Doom movie, and though it didn't take place on Mars, it was demons and it wasn't on Mars. There was a section in there that actually went full first person. Like they went
Nice.
like how they did first person like in the game
Mm-hmm.
and did all that stuff. They did that cool stuff. But yeah, the Dune movie, it's kind of like the big sci-fi epic movie. They had Jason Momoa in there, they had Zendaya, they had like every big star you could probably think of was in that movie, and now they just casted Austin Butler in there too. And I'm just like, it's like these are, I think he's gonna have a career like in this, hopefully.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see
But
that.
but to go back on one thing that you just simply said with Jason Momoa, did you hear the cool news
No,
about recently what just happened with him?
no.
So did you watch Batman vs Superman, Justice League, and all that?
Yeah, I seen Justice League with you. Yeah, and I saw Batman versus Superman. I think with you as well.
Well, you know how we talked about Ben Affleck and he was done.
Yeah, Ben Affleck is coming back.
He is now he's been spotted on set with Jason Momoa.
He says, "Yeah, I'm done with this." I'm like, sure.
Yep.
This road made you. This road made you.
I mean,
Daredevil, in my opinion, is one of my favorite from Netflix. The Netflix Daredevil with Ben Affleck, thanks to Kevin Smith. I kind of like Ben Affleck as Daredevil. Honestly,
I really okay. I like the Daredevil movie. That was a lot of people hate that movie. I
I
like
love
it.
that. I loved it too. That's what I'm saying. I think that was one of his best parts.
Did you watch the
I
director's cut version?
No, I don't think so. But the thing is, I did like him in that. Again, I don't mind him as Batman, but I just think he's a better Daredevil in my opinion, especially
Well,
back in that. Because again, it was that early 2000s. He was obviously younger, but it's like I kind of liked him as Daredevil in that movie because I
yeah,
was a
I know.
kid. We was kids at that point.
Yeah, again, that was my I gotta be honest, that was my favorite superhero. I even said like I was in middle school, I want to be a lawyer just so I could become Daredevil.
Oh yeah, I think it was you and I was in middle school at the time, Hunter. Like even though I didn't know you, again, I think
Like
this was
it was
yeah.
it came out in 2003.
Yeah, so no,
Uh
that would put me in first grade. That
and
probably
then
put you probably probably second, third grade.
probably was, but I went
Yeah.
to I was just a big fan of Daredevil, so I was like, oh well, in order to become Daredevil, you have to become a lawyer. Thank God I didn't follow that, that thing, or else I have no hair on my head right now, but I can only imagine what it would be if I
2003, Hunter. Let's take a moment to think about that.
almost
Yeah.
20 years now. Almost 20.
2003, when Ben Affleck finally got a big role, a bigger role,
Did you hear?
and
I was gonna
good.
say, did you hear that story of how he got that role and
Yes,
and
it was Kevin Smith. Yeah.
how Kevin Smith reacted to it?
Oh yeah. Because they
Yeah.
was doing another movie. They was in the movie, and he's like, he went because somebody Zach asked him if I think it was Netflix, right? Was Netflix around in 2003?
Oh no, they were not around.
No, okay. Whoever did that movie, whatever election company
It
scratched
was
that.
Fox.
Yeah, Fox. They was like, who do you have? Whatever. And Kevin was like, yeah, I know this guy's name is Ben Affleck. Blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then Ben got it, and then there was what filmed the movie that same year, Hunter. And
What
he
it
was
was
like,
so what it was
yeah,
is Kevin Smith, of course, basically one of the things about Kevin Smith back in the day when he was shooting he had Dogma, Mallrats, Jane Silent Bob Strike Back, all that good stuff. Of course, everybody knew him as the comic book guy, like he's the comic book filmmaker. And they Mark Steven Johnson, the guy who directed Daredevil, says, so yeah, hey, who do you think should play Daredevil? And then Kevin was like, Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck could play anything. And so, Ben went up to Kevin and was like, well, no, Kevin went up to Ben and he says, hey, they're looking at you for Daredevil. And he says, oh, really? What'd you think? Well, I think you should play him and all that stuff. But also at that time, Ben was really like, he wanted to play the character from Chasing Amy again. Like he wanted to play like kind of the Holden character from that movie. And he asked Kevin, like, you got to write that movie. You got to write it. And so Kevin was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. And so he started writing it. And then he said, well, when do you want to film it? He says, April. We got to shoot it in April. So then, Ben got the role for Daredevil. And he told Kevin, he says, well, what are you going to do? We're going to do it in April. He says, April, like we were supposed to shoot our movie in, April. And Ben was like, well, we can wait on that movie. He says, no, I kind of want to shoot it in April. And by the way, Kevin wasn't even done the script yet. about that
Yeah.
time. So so then Kevin released it saying, we're probably he put out a thing saying that they're gonna move forward with or without Ben. And
Ben was salty.
Ben was like, what the hell is this? Because, well, you said you're gonna do Daredevil, so screw you. And Ben was like, so you're telling me I got to pass on Daredevil. I'll do it. I won't like it, but I'll do it. And then Kevin was like, well, if we do this in the summer, you got to promise to take far, far less than what you usually take. And Ben was like, oh, okay, fine. And then he was like, you didn't finish the script now, did you? And then Kevin was like, nope, sucker, goodbye.
He said, "Yep, no stuck about," and hung up on his ass. And even Ben laughs about it to this day, I think. But that
Oh
was
yeah. Well,
hilarious.
the good thing about it was that he for a while, and I think it was Jennifer Gardner, it was because of her that Ben and him kind of became not friends. Like I don't think they talked for 8 years. And then Kevin came out of nowhere and was like, he, because he was gonna do Jane and Silent Bob reboot. And people were like, when is Ben gonna be in there? And Kevin was like, listen, I haven't talked to him in this long. So the chances that he's going to be in this movie are very slim. And then eventually Kevin just reached out to him. And then Ben was like, no, I'm free. I'll do the movie.
Oh yeah,
So,
no, they became friends again. But that's a good story to tell, guys,
and
just because
now they're
it's
best
like,
friends. Now they're best
yeah,
friends, and he's in the next Clerks movie.
yeah, it's just because of what happened was it was his wife. Probably, I don't know the whole story behind that, but there was always drama between her, Kevin, and him for whatever reason.
By the way, Ben Affleck got married.
Yeah, he got married to J Lo, right? J
Yep,
Lo.
I did not
Oh,
know that. When
yeah.
somebody said they came out of nowhere and they said he got they were he they got married. I was like, I didn't even know they were engaged, to be honest.
I saw it on social media the other day, so I'm like, oh, he's with J Lo. Yeah, nice.
Which again, like, cool for him. Like, congrats, man.
He does have kids with Gardner, right?
Well, you know what the funny thing about that was, originally Ben was with J Lo. He was engaged with her, and then he broke it off to be with Jennifer,
Yeah. So,
and
wow.
now he's back with he's back with J Lo.
And he should never broke that off.
Yeah, I mean, you know, apparently they were like, okay, let's repatch everything up, and they just apparently reconnected perfectly.
Yeah, I'm shocked she gave him that second chance.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I was just again good for him. I'm very proud of the man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I can't wait to see the new Clerks movie because I can't believe he's making another one. Kevin
Yeah,
Smith.
well, to be fair, have you seen the trailer before it?
No.
It's okay. You could tell where the quality is now.
How better it is. Yes.
No, it's not good.
Oh, it's not good.
Like
Oh.
you could tell the quality of the like production went down lower. Um, I mean that might be a stylistic choice. He might be doing that for that
Yeah,
reason.
it has to be. I think he had because again, remember Clerks was made back when it was his very very first film back in the '90s. So I would say maybe it's done on purpose because again, you can do anything now tech wise.
Right. Um, yeah, I'm gonna play that for you. I'm just gonna mute it though, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna show you that because it looks interesting. All right, can you see it?
Yep.
Okay.
Lionsgate did it.
Yep, Lionsgate. I think they
Oh, there's Jay.
did I ever take you here, by the way?
Yes, you did
I was
several
gonna I
times.
had a question whether or not did I take you there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I've
did.
been there.
You've been there
Um,
several times, but you took me there one time.
I actually met Dante.
Yeah, you did meet Dante.
Yep. I met
I
Dante.
can't believe he's back. The guy that they would never want to do it again.
Yep. I was surprised too. I was surprised that he came back. Yeah,
He must have had a heart attack.
which is based on Kevin Smith's true life thing.
Oh yeah.
Like Kevin Smith had a heart attack and now he says like that's what got him back into film.
And they use
Which
the same location that they used prior.
yeah,
They let them use the location again.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
go. Oh my gosh. Back in the day, man.
So basically what it is it's about Randall, he has a heart attack, and then he decides after a heart attack he's gonna make a movie. And basically it's him making Clerks, essentially.
Wow. So he's pretty much playing the real life Kevin Smith.
Yeah, pretty much. Which I gotta be fair to Kevin for this. That I gotta be fair to Kevin that he's just making movies now that he just wants to, he just wants to make movies that he just wants to make. He's not worried about the technical reasons anymore. He's not trying to make a career anymore out of it. He's just trying to make, he's just making movies to make movies.
And it must have been they already done filming already.
Yep, they're done filming.
Would they shot it in Jersey, probably Los Angeles as well?
I'm pretty sure they just shot in Jersey
Just shot in Jersey.
because I think that was because when they did Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, when they did that movie, they had to film in Louisiana, I think. And
They did.
He was kind of heartbroken about it, but he ultimately he cried when he saw it. Like he saw the reconstruction of it. But I think this one he was very much like, no, we had to shoot it in Jersey this time.
And Lionsgate said, okay.
Yep. I think they were like, okay. But that's a cool. I mean, if you thought about Kevin Smith back in the 90s, he was just very much like, no, I gotta be an artist. I gotta bring my own. Like you could tell he cared. But I think once he became a stoner and he became like he started hearing how people felt about his movies, I think he just ultimately said, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna make movies to be good anymore. I'm just gonna make movies just that I want to make. And that's anything that for any video film creator or any type of creator whatsoever. Just go out there and do stuff that you want to do just because you want to do it.
Oh yeah. So it's like, for example, what is it? So I guarantee you in this Clerks 3, they're gonna probably show some of the past very first Clerks movie. Like they probably show like some of like the clips and stuff and going back and forth, which is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
So Netflix made this.
So this is the blonde trailer.
Oh my god, she looks just like her.
Oh yeah, believe me, they do a shot in there that really shows how she was.
They probably show some like back stuff as well, right?
I think they're gonna recreate a lot of the stuff.
He must be the director, Andrew.
First off, it looks fantastic.
Oh, it does.
Like I like the font on there, and this is when she really looks like Marilyn Monroe.
Oh my
Give her a second.
god.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, she looks just like her too, man. That's awesome. I love how they all that makeup. I just don't like the title. That's just me, but it looks good.
See, NC-17.
Oh, so that means so
that,
again, it's that deep. So that means it's not rated R. That pretty much means it's not rated.
Yeah, they went. It's just meaning like, yes, it's only for adults.
Yep, that's pretty much what they said. And this is not theaters. This is on Netflix.
I think originally they're going to do a theater. Like I think they were going to do a limited release, but I think now they're just simply saying,
nah,
it's only on Netflix, and it's only some sexual content. So that's the only reason it's rated NC-17. So
there's probably some scenes in there that's not appropriate for some viewers.
Oh yeah.
So
and
that's why the trailer's a little short because they couldn't show you everything. When is it supposed to be out, Hunter? September 23rd. Let's go. I can't wait to see it.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna go check that movie out. And for those who watch the Conjuring thing on there, I had a great time actually filming that one.
I did too. I like to do more movie reviews. We need to find another way to do it because that doesn't get the audio in it. Maybe we just watch it with no audio, Hunter. Like we just did.
For anybody who doesn't know, you of course YouTube copyright.
Yeah.
It's It's a pain in the butt for any person who makes content on YouTube. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so let's do that in the future, Hunter. Let's do it off YouTube. Like we find like if we can get the whole movie off of the YouTube itself or somewhere from another third party, we just mute it and we just watch it and we react to what we see.
But yeah, it was a I just think this is gonna be a really good like really good true story of Marilyn Monroe.
I think so too. I think this might help Netflix out a little bit since they lost a million subscribers. But let's
So
see.
um the new tier list. Did you hear about that?
For
So for Netflix, apparently they're going to give you a more cheaper version of Netflix.
so they know what's up now.
They're trying to get more people in there. However, what they're trying to do is they're trying to you got to watch ads with it. But apparently not all the movies are going to be accessible on there with ads, because it's just like a whole like legal deal of like when some TV shows and movies got onto Netflix, when they licensed them, they it wasn't included in there in that deal. But now they're going to put ads over top of their movies. They're going to be like, wait a second, shouldn't we get a cut of that now? So they're trying to avoid that. So they're simply saying some of their stuff is not going to have ads on it, and they can't put it in the ad tier one. And then for the higher version, then you can actually watch it without ads.
Okay. So they're doing that because they need more money, essentially.
Yeah, they figured, they kind of figured out that they were going to need a little bit more, capital out of there.
No, but again, we'll see what's going to happen because of if this DbD leak is true and Netflix is making a deal with Behavior Interactive again. I know Matthew Cote did say that in the past interview that he wants to stop in the contracts to where these license holders can pull out. What that mean by is, so in the contract, guys, this is just hypothetical. I know that with Stranger Things coming back, but I know that Matthew has said it to where he wants to put into the contracts now to where since they lost Stranger Things the first time, Matt said we're not going to let that happen again. So if anybody wants to license with them or they want to partner with Behavior Interactive, they're going to put into the contract that, hey, you cannot take your license out of this game. It's permanent in this game as long as the game stays afloat. We pay you X amount of whatever. So whatever that entails, like I said, I don't know what the legal reasons behind that, but what that entails for the license or what the deal is with the license holders, I don't know.
Right. So for anybody who just recently, like from the time we were recording this, Comic-Con just happened last week.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard anything about the Comic-Con stuff?
No, I know it was EU. It was EU. It was TwitchCon was in EU for a bit because some people that I know of, or I don't think I know them personally, but went to TwitchCon EU.
Right. Because going back a little bit on there, the new Shazam trailer just came out. And
really,
the only reason that I'm really into the Shazam series of movies was mainly because of Andy Samberg. I don't even think I'm pretty sure that's his name. But he's like he's an avid like YouTuber, and he's a filmmaker, and he's on social media, and he's a guy who came out of nowhere, and James Wan actually picked him up and helps produce his first movie, and like his first professional movie, which was Lights Out, and then eventually got him on to the second Annabelle movie, which is considered the best Annabelle movie. And now he's the director of the Shazam movies. Well, the reason why I bring that up is for anybody, I mean, we talked about the Ezra Miller situation. There's a funny thing in this trailer that Shazam is talking about the other superheroes in this universe right here. So like the Flash, but you don't see his face whatsoever.
he was in there previously, if I remember correctly. Just cut it out.
Yeah, I mean, like because of Ezra Miller, because like you can see with Aquaman, his face is in there, Batman's in there, but the Flash that they try to show, they really hit his face in there. But another thing that they talked about was this. It was heavily rumored that Henry Cavill was going to come back as Superman. And personally, I'm a big Henry Cavill fan. Like, what is your thoughts on Henry Cavill's Superman?
Well, I do want to finish out with the Ezra Miller thing. So who's gonna play Flash going forward? Don't know. Hopefully,
Rumor is again, rumor is
because he's done.
was
As
yeah,
Miller is done.
he's done.
He's done.
Yeah, I mean, the studio for the most part are staying silent. They're not saying anything. They're trying to act like it's like, listen, we haven't heard anything. We're not talking about
He's
it.
fired already. He's fired.
Yeah,
We all
like,
know that he's fired.
Yeah, they're like, there's talks inside. There's been rumors out there that they're all saying like, yeah, we just want to get him out. Yeah, there's rumors about that. So but for the most part, on the actual public level, they're actually just going like, it's like, we don't know anything. We're not talking about anything.
Yeah, trying to keep it under wraps so they can take
but,
stuff out of controversy.
But apparently, Elliot Page is gonna. People are saying that she should take over
Okay.
as the new Flash. Or he, or however way she, how
I would like to see that. I like to see that.
I know her. I know her from Juno, and that's why I give her full respect. Or he, or however the pronunciation is. I apologize.
Just say they. Just say they if you're not sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they. So that's the rumor going around that Elliot Page is going to take over.
And then you did ask me another question. You said
Henry Cavill as Superman.
Yeah, I always liked Henry Cavill as Superman. I think he looks like Superman a little bit, especially the cartoon version. I think he did a damn good job in the past. Personally,
yeah, he played in Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, which I felt so bad for him because there was just nothing for him to do in that movie. Like, he was just there, and I was like, because they didn't really give him enough stuff to do. He didn't really talk that much, and you could say whatever you wanted about Henry Cavill not being like a dialogue heavy character, person. Like, you don't hire him for dialogue, but I just feel like a Superman, he just was given the short end of the stick on that.
Oh yeah, no, but again, like I said, he represents Superman. I think he's the only Superman that I have ever seen. There's probably other people that has played other. Yeah, I don't know if I saw him.
Oh, dude, if you have not watched that, we are going to sit down. We're watching the Superman movie from 78 and Superman 2. Oh my God. Like, that is Superman in general. Like, listen, I love Henry Cavill. I think he's the perfect modern day Superman without question whatsoever. But I ain't gonna lie here and saying that Christopher Reeve is the best representation of Superman.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah. It would be definitely interesting to see this as well.
Yeah. So why I was coming back to that was, so there's been a lot of things going on, because when DC was bought by AT&T, there was no Superman movies in production. It was almost like DC almost forgot they owned Superman, and they're just kind of like, okay, we're doing other things now. Like, we're doing Blue Beetle, we're doing Batgirl, we're doing the Wonder Twins.
Wonder Twin. Who's gonna want to see that? I surely held not. I'm glad the new person came in from Discovery and was like, "What? Are you doing what?"
He says,
"Yeah, cut that. Yeah, we ain't doing that."
He said, he went in there. He said, "Wait a second, you're gonna tell me that you guys are gonna make a Wonder Twins movie, but you don't have any plans for Superman, or mainstream Batman, and Wonder Woman? Like, you're telling
they had the big three. They have the
big three superheroes. You could say whatever you want about the Marvel, cinematic universe. No, these superheroes are Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. I think every superhero is an archetype of each one of these characters. So when I go into that and I say that DC was going oh no, we have Batman, but that's it. We're not gonna make anything else about these characters. So the rumor was that Henry Cavill is finally going to come back as Superman. And when Comic-Con was coming up, because Dwayne Johnson, who I think he's an okay actor. Like, you're clearly not hiring him for his acting ability. You're hiring for him. He's been putting out on social media a lot lately that him and that Black Adam, who he's going to play, and
Oh yeah,
Superman are going to go head to head. Like, they're going to fight.
I really want to see that Black
And,
Adam going against Superman.
and the cool thing is that both their agents are like Dwayne Johnson and Henry Cavill's agent is Dwayne Johnson's wife.
Oh,
They're not saying they can't do it. And rumor is that Dwayne Johnson, with his new Black Adam deal, he actually has enough power to say that he wants Henry Cavill's back.
oh yeah.
And
No, I guarantee it that Dwayne has more pull than what people think he got.
he's I think he went down just because of Ryan Reynolds, but I think he went back up. But Dwayne Johnson was the number one paid actor in the world.
No, but people wants his name. So of course,
Oh yeah.
if Dwayne says I want Henry, the company's like, yes, sir, because they want Dwayne, because they know Dwayne will fill box office, and they know maybe Dwayne is probably name is bigger than Henry Cavill's.
Oh yeah.
But for sure, without a doubt. But
Oh, yeah.
they know that they can get the box office sold out. Say if you say, "Yo, this is Dwayne the Rock Johnson movie," everybody's like, "Ah, yes, Dwayne! Oh my god!" And then they want to go see it. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah, he can hype up
yeah.
a crowd. He can make he does, and he's big on social media too. So
That's why he has a big social presence, and
Oh.
companies want that.
yeah. And so the rumor was that even like there was a fan out there who commented on his Batman, well, not Batman, but a Black Adam and Superman post saying, "I want Henry Cavill back," and he responded to it saying, "I gotcha."
Oh my god, really?
He said, "I
Really?
gotcha."
Really?
So when
love
Comic-Con was
that.
coming up, everybody was saying, because they were going to do a Black Adam panel, everybody was saying Henry Cavill's going to be there. Henry Cavill's going to be there. And Dwayne Johnson came out and he started talking about Superman. And unfortunately, Henry Cavill was not there.
I couldn't get him.
He talked about it, saying that he was going to fight Superman. But the unfortunate thing he said was whoever that might be.
Ooh, so it's definitely Henry Cavill. He's trying to keep it under wraps because again, probably by NDA, he can't put that out.
Either they
Yeah.
haven't confirmed that Henry Cavill's going to be Superman. Maybe it's going to be J.J. Abrams, Michael B. Jordan Superman.
I don't know, but I still think that Henry Cavill's gonna come back. I think Dwayne Johnson's gonna pull that string.
I hope so.
It depends on if Henry wants to. That's probably the big issue.
Oh, he
right
wants
now.
to. Like
he wants to.
like
Okay.
he's campaigning for that. He is saying he would love to come back. He is somebody who's
And
like,
Dwayne knows that because he has a big social life presence. So Dwayne already knows that Henry wants to come back.
oh yeah, like he knows that like he wants Black Adam and Superman to fight, and Henry Cavill is the fan favorite.
I agree.
Superman.
This 20 now, like this, like again, like I said, I love Henry Cavill's Superman. I didn't see the 78 one, but I'm talking about the one I know, which is Henry Cavill Superman. As the fan, I want that. I don't want nobody else's, but because in my opinion, Henry Cavill is Superman. That's just me. Like now generation, I'm talking about now. He is Superman, so that's who I want.
Yeah, and then was it AT&T made a TV show version of him? Like that's how the extent was. I've heard it's good. I don't care for it. I'm just like,
No,
listen, I want to see, Superman on the big screen.
I need to.
This little TV show thing ain't gonna work.
No. They need to stop with that. They need to close. They need to end it. No, it's a big be a good movie. But yeah, I still think that that Dwayne will get this done because I that's flabbergasted to me that he responded to that fan. It's like, I got you. That
Yep.
was awesome.
He's like, it was because the guy, yeah, he responded to him saying, the fan was like, I want to see, I want to see Henry Cavill. And he says, I got you, man.
Oh yeah, no, dude, yeah, Dwayne. I'm telling you, Dwayne is again. I'll say what you want about him, guys, but you can't. I like him. Like I do. Like I always like Dwayne Johnson's movies. You can argue like he's in so much. Man. Everybody talks shit on San Andreas. I think that's, in my opinion, that's one of my favorite movies he's in. That's just me personally. Everybody think that movie was dog crap, but I don't think so. That's
I
just
think
me.
I think I went on that one on a date one time. I think I
Yeah,
did
you
see that
did.
movie.
You did. Again, it's just because Dwayne does so much stuff. That's why people, it's like either you like him or you hate him. For whatever reason, I don't know why would you not like that, like him. But I could see why. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, like he's successful. Like, come on. Uh,
Right.
After what? Yeah, what seven? What he had like $1, $7 in his pocket when he struggled. Hunter.
He had, oh yeah,
Dwayne's
the story
backstory.
about the story about Dwayne Johnson. He was yeah, he was a guy who wanted to play professional football, and
That's right.
he didn't get the American one, so he went to the Canadian Football League, and they told him, we don't want you anymore. And so he had to go back to Florida, and he got his dad to pick him up in his pickup truck, and he was married at the time too, apparently. So he looked in his pocket and said, okay, well, how much money do I got? Because at that point he already thought like, well, my career is over. I don't know what I'm going to do now. He looked in his pocket and he was a 5 and 1 in change, and it was $7. And
$7.
he said, $7. Where the hell do I go from here? And then, he got into wrestling, and then after that got into movies, and then,
Rest is history.
I mean, you see where he is now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like he got an opportunity and ran with it.
Oh yeah, he took it, he ran with it. So so for if we're going from there, from the top of filmmaking to the bottom of filmmaking, we're going to talk about your favorite director of all time. Rob Zombie.
No, not the zombie, bro. Not the
Oh,
zombie.
yeah. So your favorite director of all time, the
Like I
director,
don't, I guys don't care for him. Don't listen to Hunter. Hunter's just trolling the hell out of you. Hunter knows how I feel about Rob
uh,
Zombie. I just think he's, in my opinion, he's dog trash when it comes to movie directing.
well, we all know him as a horror director,
I didn't like
but
his Jason whatsoever.
Michael,
Michael, Jason, whatever. One of
there's a
these freaking high iconic
there's a difference.
characters. I know there's a difference. You know what I'm talking about, though, Hunter. That Michael, Jason, Michael.
Don't make me come over there and say, what are the Panthers, that Tony Romo on there?
Oh, please
See?
don't say that. All right, continue.
So he recently just stepped out of the horror genre, and now he's making a new movie called The Munsters, which is an old television show from back in the day. And I think he made this out of passion because
Can't make it something out of passion.
I think he did this out of passion because, surprisingly enough, this movie is PG, which my ex was very like I barely talked to my ex, but I had like, she's a big Rob Zombie fan, and I know his movies and I know his story, so I sent her a message of the Munsters saying, it's gonna be PG, right? And she responded as like, I don't think this is gonna be good.
His movies are never good. What do you mean?
And so now the trailer just came out as a month ago, but still, oh my gosh,
It's bad, isn't it?
Rob. Like, here's
Show
the
it.
thing. I'll give it.
Show it to me. Can you show it to me so I can see it?
Oh
I gotta see
boy,
this.
it
I gotta
was.
see this. This is
Oh my.
bad. This is so
Like,
bad.
now somebody actually made it a little bit better by making it black and white. If they would have made it black and white, the movie may still be crap, but it would look better.
It could have. It looks. I can see it looks garbage.
This thing, it looks cheap as hell.
Who was behind the production company? Who was
Lionsgate, I think.
uh,
Actually,
Lionsgate? No,
here's
no,
the funny
no.
thing about it too. If I'm correct. Um, oh my gosh, this is funny. I didn't say who, but I think it was Universal was making it. And then originally it was gonna be in theaters, but then they were like, Universal was like, you know what, we're gonna give this to Netflix.
Yeah, because this is bad. They knew
Yep.
it was
They
bad.
cut it from theatrical release and
Uh,
they said, you know what, we're gonna give this Netflix.
Netflix took it.
So Netflix, it's going on Netflix. So I'm gonna give you a look at how the movie looks on here. And we'll give it a link in the description below for anybody who wants to watch it. But oh boy.
Oh, this is bad.
I mean, that's just the
And
old
this is
logo.
Universal. This is Universal, right? Yeah.
That's their old logo. So they're not trashing that logo.
No, no, no. Obviously, but
There you go.
oh my god. So Universal did this. Okay.
Yep. Universal was the people who funded it. And
How much money did it cost?
I think they said it was like $40 million.
Oh my god, 40 million for this thing.
I'm gonna look that up, but
They had that at $40 million. I can tell you that.
which
Plus,
I'm
they got the money.
like, dude, what did you spend the money on? You clearly did not spend it on your production design. See, like you can see it's a little cheap sets right here.
Yeah,
40 million.
40 million. Yeah, this is terrible. The makeup is fine on the actors, but the set design is totally crap.
It just looks cheap.
It does. Like, why would you have $40 million? I know that's not like nowadays. Again, you can say, well, that's not a lot nowadays money, but it's like it's more. Oh my god, that looks like a green screen. Like, what was that? Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Well, we're not listening to the audio right now just because of
Copyright issues.
copyright. But if you listen to the audio too, it sounds trashy too.
I like how Universal look at this and say, yeah, this ain't going theaters. I like how that's in black and white though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. But now we're back to dog. Yeah, this is horrible. Imagine if they would have just did it automatically black and white.
Which I'm just like, Rob, listen. At this point, I think you just simply say, you know what, let's just do it in black and white.
How much money did he get made? How much money did he make doing this?
Well, the funny joke about this movie is when they say it's 40 million, the rumor was he spent like $2 million on it and then kept the rest.
Oh, you can't do that, can you?
Depends on the way you budget it. I mean,
Yeah.
technically you can, but like,
oh, that's horrible, bro. Dude, I don't like his movies. No how. I think his movies are dog shit. Anybody that's a Rob Zombie fan, I'm sorry. I don't like Rob Zombie. I think his movies is garbage. And this just goes to show you that it's garbage. Like I do not like it. It's horrible. Like I would not watch that again. If I don't know if I could stand like 5 minutes of watching that movie on Netflix. Holy crap, that was horrible.
oh yeah, and it's going on DVD too. So it's even Netflix.
DbD, dude.
It's even Netflix is going like, listen, we gotta get some money out of this.
DbD in 2023 almost. We still got DVDs.
Yeah, I mean, I still collect DVDs. I still got a whole collection in right next to my desk.
DVDs should be all just streaming services at this point.
Do not trash on my DVDs. I still got VHS tapes on my desk.
I ain't trashing on them. I'm just saying that the time is changing. That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna have to go watch everything on a VHS tape.
Well, that was interesting. I'm curious to how that's gonna work out.
Oh yeah. But yeah, with that being said, we're coming to the end of this.
Yep, we are. So guys, thank you guys for that tuning in for this long or reach this point. I appreciate you guys and continue to check out the Serial podcast. This is where we talk about movies, we talk about stuff, we talk about gaming, we talk about, you guys know we talk about it. But anyways, if you guys want to see a particular a typical podcast review or whatever, let us know in the comments below. Again, I will throw Hunter's links in the description below if you want to check him out. And again, I had fun talking about this. So sorry this wasn't a movie review, just couldn't do it this time. Maybe next time we'll be able to. We're coming up with something new. So so it's no audio and you're just gonna hear us reaction talking on it, which because the copyright issues or copyright claims.
Yep. But don't worry, we got this, guys. We're here. We're here to have fun, and we're here to specifically get Aaron's reaction.
Yeah, especially mine.
Because apparently I'm a dictionary and he's a, I would like to see what he does. All right. Thank you so much, guys.